There's something unusual about Kris Jenner reducing Corey Gamble's monthly allowance to $10,000. Hi, before we continue, please subscribe to the channel for all Kardashians news and update. There is a lot of talk lately about Kris Jenner and some changes she has made with her money. The head of the famous Kardashian family, Kris Jenner, seems to be watching her spending more carefully than before. People are saying she has started to cut back on her expenses, and one person who is said to be feeling the effect of this is her boyfriend, Corey Gamble. According to some sources, Kris has decided to lower the money she gives Corey every month. But when you think about it, this story raises many questions. For example, Corey Gamble has his own work and life, so why would Kris be giving him an allowance in the first place? And if she is doing that, why now? What is really going on here? Kris Jenner and Corey Gamble have been together for a long time. They first met back in 2014 at a party. At that time, Kris was going through a big change in her life. She was separating from Caitlyn Jenner, who was her partner for many years. It was a difficult time for Kris, but meeting Corey seemed to bring new happiness to her life. Corey is a talent manager who works in the music industry. He manages artists and helps plan their tours and events. Even before meeting Kris, Corey was already successful in his career. He had made good money and was known in the entertainment world. After they became a couple, Kris and Corey were seen together a lot. They traveled the world, enjoying luxury and the finer things in life. Kris showed Corey many new experiences, and they became almost inseparable. But now, rumors are saying that Kris is starting to be more careful about how she spends money, and Corey is one of the people who is affected by this change. The story started when a source close to the family spoke to a magazine called Life and Style. This source said that Kris is worried about her money. She has noticed that her bank account is not as full as before, so she had to find ways to save money. One way she chose was to reduce the amount of money she gives Corey every month. The source said that Kris is very worried about her money disappearing fast. But interestingly, the source also mentioned that Kris is not willing to give up some of her expensive habits. For example, she is not ready to stop buying expensive wine, which is something she enjoys a lot. Instead, she decided to cut costs in other areas, and Corey's allowance was one of the things she changed. This information made many people curious and a little confused. The magazine said that Corey has been on the payroll for 10 years. But this is strange because Corey does not actually work for Kris Jenner. Corey's real job is with a company called SB Projects. This company belongs to Scooter Braun, a very famous music manager. Scooter Braun is well known because of his public disputes with singer Taylor Swift over music rights. Corey has worked with big music stars like Justin Bieber. So, Corey is a professional in his own right. He is not just someone who depends on Kris for money. Corey has been earning his own income for many years, long before he started dating Kris. The story claims that Corey's monthly payment from Kris has been cut down to only $10,000. This number sounds big, but when you think about the millions Kris makes, it is actually a small amount. Still, the idea that Kris is giving Corey money does not quite fit with the truth of his career. Corey is a self-made millionaire and has been successful on his own. When he started appearing on the Kardashian shows, he would get paid like any other cast member. So, he does not need Kris to give him extra money. He is not a kept man, meaning someone who lives off their partner without working. He has his own job, his own money, and his own life. So, why are people talking about Kris cutting Corey's allowance? One possible reason is that Kris Jenner is facing some changes in her own financial situation. Kris has made a huge amount of money from her reality TV shows over the years. She is one of the richest and most powerful people in the entertainment world. Reports say that for the first 2 seasons of the new Kardashian show on Hulu, Kris earned about $25 million. For each season of the older Kardashian show that aired on television, she made between $5 and $7 million. That is a lot of money. But things may be changing now. The new Kardashian show on Hulu has been renewed for a 6th season, which means there will be more episodes in the future. However, the fans of the show seem to be losing interest. Many people feel that the show is becoming boring because there is less drama and excitement. Drama is one thing that has always kept the Kardashian family's shows popular. Without drama, some fans stop watching. When fewer people watch, the money the show makes can go down. This can affect the income of everyone involved, including Kris Jenner. An insider explained that Kris really wants the show to continue forever. She hopes that the Kardashian family will always be on television, making new episodes and staying in the spotlight. But there are problems in the entertainment world that Kris cannot control. Streaming services like Hulu have changed how people watch shows. The business is very competitive, and making money is not always easy. The insider said that Kris is starting to understand that the money from the shows may not be as much as it was before. This is causing her to be more careful about spending money. Even though she wants the show to go on and on, the reality of the situation is making her tighten her budget. This idea of Kris being more careful with money explains why she might cut back on giving money to Kory. If Kris feels she has to save money, she may decide not to spend as much on people close to her, even if she loves them. Kory is her boyfriend, but he has his own job and income, so Kris might think it is okay to reduce how much she gives him. For Kris, it is important to manage her money well, especially if the future is not as certain as before. At the same time, this story makes people think about how much money Kris actually has. Even though she may be spending less now, she is still very wealthy. Her net worth, which means all the money and things she owns, is very high. This is mostly because of the success of her TV shows and the businesses she owns. Kris is a smart businesswoman and knows how to make money in many ways. So, if she is cutting back, it is probably because she wants to be careful and protect her wealth for the future. Some people might wonder if Kris cutting Kory's allowance means there is trouble in their relationship. But there is no clear sign of that. Kris and Kory have been together for many years and seem happy. They travel together, go to events, and spend time with the Kardashian family. Kory is not asking Kris for money or depending on her financially. He has his own successful career. So, the idea of Kris giving him money might be more about showing love and support rather than necessity. It is also possible that this story about Kory's allowance is not completely true. Sometimes, stories like this come from gossip or rumors that are not based on facts. People enjoy talking about the lives of celebrities, and sometimes they make up or exaggerate stories to get attention. Kris Jenner and Kory Gamble are famous, so they are often the subject of such stories. Until Kris or Kory says something themselves, it is hard to know the real truth. What is clear, however, is that Kris Jenner is a very important figure in the entertainment world. She has been a mother, manager, and businesswoman all in one. Thanks for watching. Please do well to share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more Kardashian updates.